didn't do anything to hurt it. It only got up to maybe about 210, enough to push just a little bit of coolant out.
It's like 1 o'clock in the morning, guys.
The float is at the top, dry, and when you push it down, it just springs right back to the top. I think we've got ourselves a little bit bigger issue. That there is a high quality milkshake.
I'm either in or I'm out. Ready?
Good job, guys.
Hey guys, it is day 1 of Rocky Mountain Race Week, Mega Week. We didn't do any filming on day 0 because it was a really busy day. We got the car out early this morning. We got Cole working on it. We are surrounded by so many amazing people right now. Over 500 cars. So we'll try and keep you guys updated, but it's gonna be busy, but stick with us.
What is going on, everybody? We made it to Rocky Mountain Race Week and Mega Week, and well, it's day 1. We got out here yesterday for day 0, got through tech and all that fun stuff, and that all went well. We did manage to get a couple of test passes in on the car last night. Got a little bit of video of that. Maybe I'll play a clip right about here. In short, we're on the struggle bus a little bit. The car's running and driving fine. I think we're good for making our drive day today, but for whatever reason, we've got no power going down track as far as getting the car to really go. And I'm thinking it's mostly in the carburetor. We did change up the carburetor situation on the car and got almost no testing on it. Right now we've got a 750 vacuum secondary carb on this motor that wasn't new when it went on there. So we're kind of working through the bugs there. Messed with it a little bit this morning to, I think the problem's in the vacuum, with the vacuum spring, I think is a big part of it. I don't think the secondaries were actually opening up all the way and giving us good fuel flow out of the rear floats or out of the rear barrels of the carburetor, because it get in high gear and it just wouldn't pull. So I mean, we were trapping 80 something mile an hour at 4,300 RPM. No, I don't even think it was that, 85 or something, 85 mile an hour. It was awful. Time were deep or high in the 14s. Not what we were hoping for. That said, even with struggling with that a little bit last night, which we had to do basically hot lap it on our 2 test and tune runs, because there was so many cars lined up to get a test and tune run in that there just wasn't a lot of time. So I didn't get to really make adjustments between the runs at all. I just wanted to get a couple of repetitive, see what it was doing. And and it wasn't great. The vacuum pod spring would change that out and put a lighter spring in the vacuum pod for the secondary, so hopefully that'll help resolve that. We'll get a little more fuel to it coming out the top end. Otherwise, everything else that we've done is working as it should. It actually, despite the carburetor issues, we had our best 60 foot ever with the car last night. So we're going the right direction. We just got to get the tune-up all together and get it going. So a few adjustments on the carburetor, fresh set of plugs, and we'll see what it does here in just a little bit. We're still a few classes away from making our first pass today. Hey, they want you to say hi.
Hi guys!
You excited?
I'm excited, but I want the car to go good. But I'm excited. I mean, no matter what, we're here to have fun. We're gonna go through the entire event as long as nothing happens really bad.
We're gonna go for it.
Yeah, but no, I'm super excited to be here.
Hopefully, fingers crossed, we can get this car down into the 13s today, because I really think it's there. I think when we get the tune-up dialed in, I think we'll get there. So, we just have to stick around and find out if we make it.
Okay, Justin Johnson, I'm wearing my lucky shirt.
And he will give you a 3-year inspection for your car.
Still really fat out of the hole, so it looks like we're making a jet change. All right, we are back in the lanes to make our second pass here on day one. And as you saw in that last clip, the car did not exactly leave very clean. We're still chasing some tune-up issues, so I made a few more minor adjustments on the carburetor. If we can't get that sorted out, I don't know how we're gonna pick up on the top end. Even with it leaving a little sluggish, the 60 foot's still better than we ever had before. So the gear changes are doing what they need to. We just got to get the carb sorted out so it'll leave right.
I mean, we're here having fun. So,
yeah.
I mean, trying to get into the 13s, but I mean, obviously we'll fix issues, we'll do what we need to do, but we're just here having fun.
Yeah, so I don't know, hopefully before the end of the week we'll run deep into the 13s.
Yeah,
but
hopefully.
I don't really have high hopes for it today. We'll see what happens. Like I said, made a few more changes, and yeah, we'll try and have some fun.
Yeah,
Keep it going. And then after this, we got to hit the road for Flying H. We'll get you some road footage, and hopefully we can have an issue-free drive, because it's going to be a lot of miles. And rumor has it there's an even longer drive coming up on the drive day on Tuesday. Today's Sunday.
Rumor
But
has it.
the drive day on Tuesday is going to be a long one. So we'll see where we end up. But we'll pass number 2 coming up.
Goes 12:59 and a 13:52 in the right lane. A pair of first-gen Monte Carlos going at it. All right. Robert Watson in the left lane with the yellow Monte Carlo. The purple one in the right lane is Jason Klinko. Getting around to 1 o'clock here, and we're working through, we're down to 14 over, so I think we're going to be able to do 1 more round here to get us through, to get a 3 in the 8 group. And then I will do a little side-by-side with different guys, and I'm going to get through.
won't run out the back door. We'll have to figure that out. Group A at day 1 is done.
We turned in our time card. Not so good of one, but it's okay.
Yeah, it's gonna be what's gonna be. We're trying to get through the week first and foremost, and we'll screw with the carb a little bit later tonight and see what we can figure out. Maybe I'll go through it. We're fixing to get on the road. The car's loaded up and ready to go.
Yep, we got our directions to our next destination.
Yeah, let's go wish Brad some good luck. Where's Mr. Brad at?
Mr. Brad.
Oh, there he is. He's over there on the tuner. What are you running tonight?
Nothing.
Nothing? I call bull.
No, 13. That's
13s? Yeah. I don't buy it. I don't buy it.
All right, Brad.
Get out of here.
Yeah, we're hitting the road. What are you running tonight?
The Camaro.
What's the numbers?
I'm hoping just to slow it down to 11. 11
Hell yeah.
That's what I'm trying to figure out how I can do that. So.
Well, you tap away on them keys and find the answer.
I'm gonna drop it at about half the boost I normally run, and
there you go.
See if I can slow it down.
Well,
if not, I'll have it dialed in second or third pass. So.
Right on.
We'll see what it does.
Well then, we'll hear from you later, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Be careful on your drive. We'll be there mid-morning-ish.
Yeah,
all right.
We'll be there ready for you.
Yep. See ya.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.
Good luck.
Hey.
Good luck.
Good luck, guys.
We'll see you up there hopefully.
Yeah.
Hell, you better.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
All right, we'll probably see you from a pit stop or two because we've got a long drive. We got checkpoints to hit, or we got to take pictures. We'll show you what's along the way. The first part of the drive out is all Route 66 stuff, so it should be pretty good, good. Yeah, I'm rocking my Mega Week hat now. Made the first checkpoint. It's at the Blue Whale on Route 66. Kind of a neat stop, but we got a lot of miles ahead of us. This is only a few miles from the track, so we're going to not hang out here. We're gonna get right back on the road, right?
Yeah.
And
Go to the next one.
Yep, as you can see, there's quite a few others stopping in here real quick for that quick snap. Looks like we're gonna wait a minute though, because we're boxed in. We're 2 checkpoints in. Pretty little lady's over here behind the wheel now. Let her get some wheel time. Car's actually, the road manners for the car, despite the fact that it was being complete nonsense bull crap on the track, is really good on the street. So we're cruising at a whopping 180 degrees on the thermostat. 185 works up and down a little bit. I think I saw maybe 190 at one point, but I was ripping along at 3,000 RPM and with a cruise temperature of 190.
And it's like 85 degrees outside.
Yeah, and it's reasonably warm out, not crazy hot. Our oil pressure looks great. So I don't know, I did manage to find a rebuild kit for the carburetor at an O'Reilly's. O'Reilly's! Which was right across the street from the last checkpoint. You probably just saw a few little clips of that she snapped while we were there. But yeah, the road manners are great so far. At this point, we put more miles on the car today than we have since we got it put back together. And
it's doing good.
Yeah.
Doing good.
So even if we don't manage to figure out the track and get a good pass in, I think we're on track to at least have a good week and make it through with how the car's running today. So
yeah.
There was a piece of wood in here. I'd knock on it for you, but everything in this car is metal. Anyway, that's a little update from us out on the road. Yeah, I mean, you couldn't ask for a better drive day, I'll tell you that. It's a pretty nice drive here through northeastern Oklahoma on old Route 66. that's just some of the stuff you get to see doing these types of events. It pulls you out to these places that are out here, kind of in the middle of nowhere. I don't even know what town we're in. But this place is super cool, full of all kinds of old stuff. The old guy that owns it seems to be a super cool guy too. And this is why you got to get out and do an event like a race week of whatever sort, because you don't experience this anywhere else. On to the next stop. Pretty deep right at the moment. We've got at least 10 or so race weekers in front of us, and probably another 10 or more behind us that all making the same trek we are. And you know, it's pretty freaking bad to the bone. I almost said something else. I wanted to say something else. Dang YouTube policies, but it's pretty freaking bad to the bone to be out here running with all these people. We may not.
They're so nice. They're so nice.
We may not have a fast car yet, but it's still freaking cool, and it is worth it. So it just goes to show that you don't have to have a fast car to get out here and have a good time. Just get your junk together, Russell, and plan to do an event like this next year. Russell, calling you out. I want to see that Nova out here. Looks like they might still be functional.
Oh.
Yeah, it turns out we spoke a little too soon. We got a little warm. So we're chilling. We made the next checkpoint from where we were at the last one.
Cooling this baby down.
Yep, and we didn't do anything to hurt it. It only got up to maybe about 210, enough to push just a little bit of cooling out. But we ended up in that big old long train of cars, and well, we wanted to stay with them, so we pushed it up a little bit more. And it turns out the car didn't want to run that fast for that long. So downsides of no overdrive. So if you want to do a race week event, either have a really good cooling system so that you can RPM and still cool it, or get yourself an overdrive, which eventually we'll do an overdrive on this car of some sort. But for now, it looks like we're going to have to slow it down a little bit and be the slow pokes. And it's hard to keep up with groups when they're running stuff like that Cadillac right there and the Camaro back over there. They cruise down the road a whole lot better than we do. I just don't. With that 350 rear gear, doing 60 mile an hour, we're turning almost 3,000 RPM. And apparently our cooling system's not good for an extended stay at 3,000 RPM in what feels probably like, I don't know, between 85 and 90. It's also real humid, so it's probably like 85 and 90 degrees out, something like that. Anyway, we're gonna let the car cool down for probably another 15-20 minutes, and then we'll get on the road off to our next stop. And actually, I don't think we're even gonna, we'll drive by the next checkpoints, but we're good on our checkpoints. We only had to hit 3 on this run. We've already got 4 in, so we'll just take it easy and make the rest of the drive on the route out to Kansas City, film a little some randoms along the way, and well, we'll get there. Okay, so check it out. A couple checkpoints back, we stopped and talked to this guy here, and they had the top of that turbo system all off there because they had a balancer issue. And it's maybe, what, it's about an hour ago we saw you back there?
Probably hour and a half.
Hour and a half?
Yes,
and you got that all put back together already?
As good as it'll get, I
As
hope.
good as it'll get?
Yeah.
Hey, you got this far.
Yes, sir. We ended up having to get a new seal for it.
Yeah.
And I put silicone on it and was able to push it in by hand, so that scares me. But it's in.
It's there, it's there. Is it?
The seal is sealing, so.
All right. Well, hell yeah.
It makes me laugh. One more bolt.
Yeah.
Just needed one more bolt.
One more,
so.
right?
That's awesome.
Wait until after the roundabout.
Nah, you're good. I'm gonna talk shit on the roundabout. Wait, I'm gonna say what? I'm not gonna say nothing. Well, we're coming up on a roundabout, you know, because there's so many of those in the U.S. Roundabout. Anyway, we're back on the road after our cool down, and well, we're in good shape. We definitely didn't hurt anything. We just got it a little warm. We're now cruising pretty similar RPM. The daytime, the heat of the day is gone now. We're running 2,700 RPM, give or take. Yeah, you're gonna take the first ride out of the roundabout. Roundabout. Had to yield for that weirdo over there because they were coming round the roundabout. Anyway, that's ridiculous. So we're cruising 2,800 RPM, but it's after the heat of the day. Now we got the cooler evening air coming in, and the car's staying at basically 180, back the way it was earlier in the day. Now we know if it's good and hot out, we got to back it down and not overly push it because it just doesn't, not quite enough cooling system for the RPM we were running. But we're underway. We've got, if I did my rough math right off of our turn-by-turn paper directions, we've got about 150 more miles we got to put in tonight, and it's 7:45 right now. Had we not had that cool down, where we basically sat for an hour and let the car fully settle down, we'd be, you know, on a really good time, which we're really still not too bad. If it takes us 2.5 hours, we'll get in around 10, which means I might be doing the carburetor in the morning, but TBD. Anyway, things are going well.
Be a lot earlier than last night.
Yeah, last night we didn't turn into the hotel until like midnight time frame. Didn't go to bed till like 1 because we thrashed on the carburetor a bit, working with Brad and those guys who they're running B group, so they're actually racing right now back in Tulsa, and they'll make this same drive tomorrow. But I figured before we got on the road, those guys they know a good bit about working on this old hot rod stuff, and when you're chasing a problem, more minds tend to help. So we decided to spend some time working with them, and we did get it to where it's running a little better. Just have to figure out that back half situation.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's the update for now. Here's a little video of the pretty countryside we're driving into, and we'll probably check in with you and let you know that we made it into Kansas City before we end this step of the video. I don't know if this is going to be one monster video for the whole week or one per day, or maybe it'll end up being, I don't know. Whatever the case, enjoy some sunset driving. might be better time today. Next time, you gotta be more prepared. Good day.
It's late.
That was the longest drive. The longest 200 miles, 220 miles, 250 miles,
Yeah.
whatever it was. It was the longest drive ever.
It's like 1 o'clock in the morning, guys.
Solidly 1 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah. But we're here. We're at our hotel.
We did get here. We made it to our hotel for the night, and the car didn't really give us too much trouble. It cruised down the highway real good. I don't know. We'll check it over in the morning, and for now, I think we're gonna get some sleep. We survived. I'm gonna consider it that we survived day one. From where we're at to the track tomorrow is about a 30-minute run. I don't see that. That shouldn't be an issue after the last 7 hours or something, 8 hours of how long it took to make that drive because of the route. And it was interesting.
Yeah.
It wasn't a terrible drive, but man, it was long.
So 3 hours of sleep last night and another 3 hours of sleep this night.
No, we might get 4 tonight.
Oh, might get 4 tonight.
Maybe.
But we're gonna truck forward because this is awesome.
Yeah, we're still having a good time.
Yeah.
We're tired.
We're just tired.
Tired, but we're having a good time.
Yeah.
Right?
So we officially, since it's 1 o'clock, we made it to day 2.
We're in day 2.
We're in day 2.
We're in day 2. We made
it.
it. We made it to Mega Week day 2. High five.
Yeah.
Rocky Mountain Race Week day 2 at Flying H Drag Strip up in Odessa, Missouri. We got here, and it was interesting. It's been interesting. This morning, the starter decided it didn't exactly want to do appropriate starter stuff. Got it to work, got the car here, but we may be looking at having to do a starter later today if that keeps up. Haven't had a chance to do the carburetor yet because we got in super late and got a little bit of a late start getting here. So the current plan, which the lady's back over under there, chilling in the shade, trying to stay cool for the moment, is we're gonna go ahead and by the time we got here, it was only a little while until our class actually came up. The car is, as long as it starts, it'll run decent enough to go out there, break the beams, drive it Miss Daisy down the track so we get a ticket, so we officially stay in competition, and then we'll bring back over here and I'll tear that carburetor off there and we'll start working on that and hope that we can get it back together and make a real pass later today. But yeah, Flying H Drag Strip, day 2 Rocky Mountain Race Week. We're gonna see what we can do. We're gonna try and figure out how to get this car to go back down the track and get it out the back door. Keep working at it. That's all we can do, right? Anyway, that's the update this morning. Not super exciting because we know we got a bunch of work in front of us and we got a boring run, but that's I guess that's the race week thing. That's what every race week's all about, is you got to do something. Even when you're perfectly prepared, something's going to happen and you got to work on it. So the fact that we're untested and have a problem, at least it's a minor problem, compared to some people who have already been replacing motors, transmissions, axles, you name it. Just about everything has already been replaced on one car or another out here, parts-wise. So I'll live with a carburetor that needs a rebuild, and hopefully that's enough to get us fixed up. Otherwise, the coolant temperature seems to be doing all right. It's pushing a little more water out than I really expected, but when it gets hot, but it hasn't actually got hot, and oil pressure is doing good. So overall, pretty good shape. Anyway, we're gonna fire up, make sure this starts up, and then we'll go do our driving Miss Daisy, and then we'll catch up with you while we're tearing a carburetor apart. Okay, so Flying H, like we said earlier, we went out and just did a granny pass and got our ticket, so we're not out of competition. Track has been running horribly slow today. There's been multiple oil downs, and it's already like, what time is it? It's already 12:30, and the cutoff technically for this class is 2 o'clock. They may run it to 3. We'll see, but I don't know if we'll get another pass in just because it took so long to even get to where we are now. But whatever, it doesn't matter. We got our ticket. We're still in competition. It's not a 20, it's a 16. So, you know, could be worse. And that was just granny footing it and driving it down the track. Got the car back over here, yanked the carburetor off of it, and started blowing it apart, put the rebuild kit in it, and look for potential issues. And like I had mentioned before, I suspected that we just weren't getting fuel on the back end of the carburetor, especially going down track. Now, my suspicions are, until I put it back together, until it works and really goes, we can't say for 100% sure. But
we got an issue.
A Holly float bowl looks like this, right? And you got this little guy in here, and when fuel goes in, it floats on up and it closes the needle and seat, and that sets your float level in your bowl, right? And loop, loop, goes up and down, and it's, you know, got a little spring that kind of pushes it down. That's what keeps it kind of steady in the fuel in there, right? Okay. The rear float bowl, the float is at the top, dry, and when you push it down, it just springs right back to the top. Why? That's not gonna work right. It's not gonna have any fuel in the back half of the carburetor. It might get a little bit in there, and then as soon as you start going, it'll suck it out of there and suck it dry, and this ain't gonna flow any fuel in there, and you're gonna run out of gas going out the back end of the track, i.e. no mile an hour. No mile an hour. And that would probably explain why we were getting better 60 foots and losing 15 mile an hour out the top end with this setup. So I will tear this all apart, see if I can't make this float do proper floaty stuff and not air floating, and put it all back together, throw some new gaskets in it. I did get a full rebuild kit for the carburetor, so we'll go ahead and replace diaphragms, power valves, needles and seats. We'll put all the appropriate stuff in there after flushing all the ports in it, and hopefully when we get it back on the car, if we get lucky enough to get a second pass in today, hopefully it'll run out the back door. We might still have to do some tuning because I don't know what it's going to need as far as tune-up, but at least we have an idea of what direction to go with it. And I've got all day to put it together because we're not hitting the road from Flying H today. We're staying here in Kansas City, Odessa area, somewhere like that, about 30 miles from here. So I just have to get it back together by like 8 o'clock tonight at the latest, so that we can drive back to the hotel and get a good night's sleep and hit the road tomorrow. But the goal is to, if we get lucky, make another pass on this today. So if I find any other real crazy surprises, I'll let you know. And hot tip, if you get a used carburetor, even if you saw it run on an engine, take it, open it up, and take a look inside, make sure it's clean, make sure floats aren't doing wonky stuff, because at idle, this carburetor wraps that engine no problem, but there's no load on it. As soon as you put a load on it and demand fuel for any extended period of time, that's a problem.
All right, guys, so if you've watched our videos before, this makes carburetor number 2 that Cole has not checked before he put it in my car.
That is true. That's what happened last year at Thunder Valley. Except that was a carburetor I owned I thought it was clean, and it turns out it was plugged up. Cleaned it up, put it back on the car, and the car ran great. So we'll see if we can't do that again. Okay, so here's the deal. As you can see, we're under the car. I just got the carburetor back together, and I, out of curiosity, popped the radiator cap, and I was very not okay with the fact that I didn't see any water, and it was full this morning. So we're gonna drain the block because it's the only place the water could go because it wasn't in the catch pan, and I think we've got ourselves a little bit bigger issue. That there is a high quality milkshake. Well, time to start digging, see if we can figure out where that came from. And we may or may not be done on day 2, TBD. We've got all afternoon to fix this. We don't have to drive until tomorrow. So if it's fixable, we're gonna try and do it, but we'll see. Not exactly what we were looking for today. We're not giving up yet. As you can see, I've already started tearing it down and started looking at it. I pulled all the plugs out of it, and this motor does burn a little bit of oil, and all 8 plugs had minor signs of coolant exposure. So if all 8 plugs are exposed to coolant, not just 1 or 2 on one side, the odds are we didn't lose a head gasket. So my thinking right now is that we lost an intake gasket, which pumped water into the oil that then got circulated. We drained the oil all out of it, and it's really not that bad. It's not totally milkshake. You can tell it's not whipped up or anything, which would indicate that it hasn't been in there that long. This probably happened at the back end of the chicken foot pass we did to get a ticket today before I started working on the carburetor. And it's not showing glitter in there, so I'm thinking maybe we caught it just in time to have not wiped out the bearings in the motor. So we're gonna pull it apart, get the intake off of it next, and see if we can find any telltale signs of a dead giveaway that we lost an intake gasket, hopefully. And then if so, we'll throw some intake gaskets on it, pour some fresh oil in it, let it run for a minute or two, and probably have to flush that oil back out to get the rest of the gunk out of it. And hopefully we'll be able to get back on the road. But we're not giving up, we're not quitting. Of all the days on this particular Rocky Mountain Race Week, today's probably the best day for this to have happened to us, because we don't have to make a drive to the next track until tomorrow, and tomorrow is not a race day, it's just a drive day. So the next race day is not until Wednesday. Today's Monday. We don't race again until Wednesday. We got a ticket turned in today. It wasn't fast, but it was enough to stay in competition. So we've got time to actually diagnose this, try and get it fixed, and we probably got a couple hours that we can catch auto parts stores tonight to get some parts, and hopefully, if all goes well, getting some gaskets for a small block Chevy shouldn't be too difficult. Shouldn't be, but you know, famous last words, right? Anyway, I'm gonna finish getting this tore up. We'll keep you up to date on the progress. We are going to thrash. Our group of A group buddies they went back to their hotels, dropped some stuff, cool off. They're actually planning on coming back, bringing us a little bit of food, and maybe helping us with a parts run. And Brad is gonna be here any minute now. He should be getting here because he's running the B group, which runs in the evening here at the track tonight. So we're gonna have potentially a good bit of help, a lot of knowledge, a lot of good people, which is great. This event has been awesome about that. So we're gonna hammer through and see if we can't get the milkshake out of this motor and move on down the road and survive at this point. We wanna survive, that's the goal.
Okay guys, it is super late. It's like almost 11:30, but I think I'm still in this.
Okay, what time is it? It's late.
4 o'clock in the morning.
It's late. It's ridiculously late. Actually, it's early. It's so late, it's early. We thought we had the car sorted out, and we replaced the intake gaskets, fired up, everything seemed to be good. It was idling good, temperatures were good, oil pressure was good. We let it heat cycle a few times, and by heat cycle I mean we brought it up to, it went up to kick on temperature for the fans, and then the fans came on, the temperature went down to the kick off temperature for the fans, and we did that a couple times. Everything seemed fine with that. Then I went and drove the car a little bit, and it seemed like we were in really good shape. Everything was doing the car stuff. We had a hot rod. That's what it felt like. So we came back and we packed up all of our junk, which, as you can see, is not packed up anymore. And after we got it all packed up, I just wanted a warm and fuzzy, you know, can't even think of the term for it at the moment because it's been a long day. Anyway, peace of mind on that it was good. So I pulled the dipstick one more time, and it wasn't great. It was already showing signs of water getting back into the oil. So I started pulling plugs, and sure enough, there was cylinders on both sides, both banks of the motor that had water in them. So we lost the head gaskets. As you can see, at 4 o'clock in the morning in the parking lot or the pits area of Flying H drag strip, we have this motor blown apart all the way down to the short block, and the heads are sitting over here on the ground. They still need to be cleaned up, and I don't know that we'll be getting much for sleep tonight, and unfortunately right about now radar is showing that we've got a storm system that's headed our way that's supposed to get a little bit ugly as far as a good bit of rain and some nasty winds. So I'm going to take a little bit of a break. We're going to pile a bunch of whatever we can into water protected areas, between the little trailer and in the engine bay of the car, and maybe some stuff under the car that's not as critical, and see if we can't let a little rain pass. We've reached out. We've got some feelers out for getting our hands on a set of head gaskets, because go figure, the local auto parts stores frickin' don't have head gaskets on the shelf for a small block Chevy. What's this world frickin' coming to? Anyway, I'll leave that alone. If you got a small block Chevy, you know what I'm talking about. But anyways, we're working on getting a set of head gaskets. If we can get a set of head gaskets, we should be able to put this back together and actually have the problem solved. So far, there's still no indicators that we've actually washed the bearings or anything out of it. When we did have it running after we did the intake with fresh oil in it, it had 60 pounds of oil pressure, and it was buttery smooth. So we didn't, other than letting it run through the heat cycle a couple of times and a, I don't know, quarter-mile drive in the parking lot, it didn't run long enough to even really milkshake the whole motor. There's just trace amounts of moisture in the oil this time, which we'll drain out and replace again once we do this, so that we know that it's rock solid once it's all back together, which at this point, the only other thing that could be wrong is a cracked block, and the cracked block is not going to run good. So, but that's where we're at. It's been a bit of a hot mess, but we're not quitting. It's Rocky Mountain Race Week, Mega Week, and you know, we're getting the full experience for our rookie experience on Mega Week, and we're gonna push it out. As long as we set a head gasket, we can get our hands on some head gaskets, we're gonna get this hunk of junk back together, get on the road. Technically, we've got somewhere in the neighborhood of 500 miles that we've got to cover between now, which is Tuesday morning, like 4 a.m., and like
tonight,
10 a.m. on Wednesday. That's our window that we have to travel about 500 miles. So right now, time is on our side. The next pass that we technically have to make to stay technically in competition, not actually contending to win anything, but to just stay alive in the event. The next pass is Wednesday morning, sometime mid-morning, up to before 3 o'clock basically. Before 2 o'clock, it would be our cutoff where we'd be disqualified if we didn't make it to Thunder Valley by 3 o'clock, 2 o'clock on Wednesday. So we've got plenty of time on our side as long as gaskets turn up. So we're gonna make it happen. And on top of that, we made a couple of other new buddies. They're over napping now because everything's apart and we're waiting on parts. So I've just been scraping gasket material, and we only got one razor blade, so there's no reason for everybody to stay awake for that. But they're over there sleeping, and one of them being Co-Pick Kyle, and these guys, they jumped in and we got this motor stripped down lickety split. We got it all apart and verify that the deck on the block wasn't damaged, and that the deck on the head, or yeah, I guess you could call it that, whatever, the surface on the head wasn't damaged. And sure enough, so far that all checks out. Everything looks good. It just we lost basically lost the head gaskets. Right, there's 2 spots that were evidently clear, one on each head gasket, where you could clearly see the fire mark between the chamber and the water jacket. So how it wasn't majorly overheating with a blown head gasket right into a water jacket, I have no clue. Maybe we just have that good of a cooling system that it was compensating for a lot of heat. I don't know, whatever, it doesn't matter. We lost head gaskets, so we'll fix it, and we'll keep going. But for now, like I said, the storm's rolling in, so we're gonna get some of this junk that really shouldn't get wet packed away, and maybe catch a nap and see if we can't turn up some head gaskets in a little while. Anyway, we'll be back. The 2 distributor wires off the cap, and just ditch the cap until later.
I'm just trying to make sure. That's only one, so.
Well, the cap only goes on one way.
I know. That's why it's only one. I'm trying to line that up. You know what I mean? Does that line up?
I think so. It's pretty straight.
Distributor.
Pressure's on, don't miss.
Oh, you're just.
I don't know what else on there. Because I want to be able to see this.
Alright.
All right, I'm either in or I'm out. Ready?
Crank it.
I'm in.
Whoa! Check it out, we're in the car.
We're in the car.
We're moving down the road. It's freaking awesome. Yeah. Okay, so here's the update. We didn't sleep last night. Turns out the car had both head gaskets had blown on the number 3 cylinder and on the number 6 cylinder. Both had clear indicators, and at some point I'll show you the head gaskets themselves, point it out to you exactly what that looks like. I don't know, it may have even ended up in a video clip already at this point, whatever the case. We had to do head gaskets on the car, and so you do know that we did the intake gaskets, hoping that that was going to be the problem. There wasn't a dead giveaway. There was a few spots that maybe looked like it could have traced and got water in the oil. That didn't work, and at that point it was maybe sometime around midnight last night when we were still at flying age, and pulled the plug on number 7 that just came out full of water after doing a bunch of work on it all day, and it was very disheartening. Right at that moment when that plug came out and I saw it full of water, Paige saw my face, and it was a borderline it's over moment.
I sat down and was very trying hard not to have a meltdown because I did not want to be out so soon. I don't want to be out, period.
Right. So
in that moment, I put the plug down, I stepped away from the car, and just kind of paced in a circle. And we were over near some other guys that were there at the track. They were camping out for the night. They didn't have any issue, but they camped at the track. And co-pilot Kyle came over and he asked me what was up and asked me if we needed help. And I told him, I was like, I think we might be done. I think that we tried doing a fix that was reasonable. It didn't work, and the problem is deeper down in the motor. I don't know how bad it is, and we can't drive the car the way it is. If we would have tried driving it, we would have made it 10 miles before locking it up. It would have been very bad. And he looked at me and he said something that I think everyone who wants to do a race week needs to think about. And in that moment of total defeat, if your car already has to go on a trailer, no matter what, if you have to put it on a trailer, why not at least tear it apart and find out what the real problem is?
Yep.
Because even if you can't fix it, you know what the problem is, and it's still going on a trailer. It doesn't change anything. And I was like, man, you are rock solid. That is probably the best piece of advice that we've got from anybody this whole time in a moment of most need. And right after that, he goes, we're not doing anything, him and his co-pilot, we're not doing anything, let's tear it apart.
Yeah.
And sure enough, and we were all packed up, ready to go when I did a sanity check and found that problem. I was like, all right, you know what, let's do it. I unpacked the trailer again, unpacked all the tools. 30 to 45 minutes later, we had the entire top end of the motor stripped down to a short block in the car, and found the dead giveaway. Both head gaskets had gone, and there was clear indicators on the head gaskets where it went. There was trace markings, fire markings on the heads and on the block where it was going, which initially made me go, God, maybe we ate the surface up or ate the, on the block or on the head. And we looked at it, we straight edged it with a razor blade because that was the best thing we had for a straight edge, because they were out on a road week. We didn't bring stuff to rebuild the motor. Nope. And we looked at it, the machining milling looked still good there once we cleaned it off. And we're like, you know what? It just needs a set of head gaskets. That's it. And at this point, it's 1:30 in the morning on a Monday night, 1:30 in the morning, and it was like, all right, well, I don't have head gaskets. He didn't have head gaskets for our build because, well, he's got some crazy Honda deal that's set up, which we'll have to get some video of it. I'll show you. It's gonna come up right about now. So yeah, he's got a wild build, totally custom jobber. I mean, it's a front wheel drive setup in the back of an Integra. It's making it a complete rear wheel drive, technically it's a mid motor, and it's all home built stuff, and it's freaking cool. He's got turbos on it. He's flying a radiator up over the top because you don't get airflow in the back. So even though it's out there and it's wild and different, it's freaking cool. It's awesome to see that kind of stuff out on this type of event. But so yeah, we got it all tore apart. We're looking for head gaskets, right? And we put a post out on the Rocky Mountain Race Week page, Racer and Team post saying, hey, we need head gaskets for a small block Chevy. We're still applying H. If anybody knows where we might be able to find some, or might be in the area who has some, please reach out to us.
At like 2 o'clock in the morning?
In the middle of the night. We didn't get a ton of immediate responses, but we started getting people were sleeping. I mean, who's really checking their Facebook in the middle of the night? But there were people actually checking it. We did get some responses, and after getting that out there, we jumped online, we started shopping the local auto parts stores, and lo and behold, most local auto parts stores also don't carry head gaskets for a small block Chevy anymore, which was just absolutely nuts. But we happened to find one that did have head gaskets in stock, only 2, which we needed 2, and about 30 miles from Flying H. And as soon as they opened at 7:30, we made the phone call over and said, hey, do you got these gaskets? put them on hold, and they put them on hold for us. And Josh, who's rolling with Katie and Kyle and Kyle, and he jumped out from the hotel. He's a road weaker, and he's like, "Hey, I'll give you my help for this one." Because road weakers are only allowed to help racers one time during the week. And he's like, "Hey, here's your one big help." And he came out from their hotel early in the morning, picked up Paige, took her back to our hotel where we were supposed to be staying, because we left our travel clothes and everything in the hotel because we intended to go back and shower and get sleep and hit the road this morning. And then he ran her to the parts store. We got the parts. We got back to the track, and as soon as the parts showed up, co-pilot Kyle and the guys there, another guy that was camped at the track came over, and it was just a mad crash of cleaning parts and slamming this car back together, getting everything back on it. And
oh, you guys were so awesome.
Yeah, we couldn't thank you guys enough, because we were defeated when I pulled that plug out. It was like, man, this is crushing. And it took a little longer in the day to get it all sorted out and make sure it was right. We had to do 2 little changes on it to get the water flushed out of the motor. And but we're back on the road.
We are back on the road.
And it's amazing. It's about 4 o'clock on Monday, and we've got a shit ton of miles to do today.
Yes.
And that's no exaggeration. It's almost 500 miles that we got to get in today. But we're gonna make it happen. And at the moment, we're putzing along at like 35 miles an hour.
You guys haven't noticed, we're kind of caught in a storm right now.
Yeah, we're driving in storm weather.
With no windshield wipers, but I did rain X the windshield. So
we're making miles. We're gonna get there. We don't have to be at Thunder Valley until tomorrow morning, or even late morning. We don't have to be there at 7 a.m. We just have to get there and make a run before the A class closes, or the A group racing closes at approximately 2 p.m. So we've got the time to make it happen, even though we've got storm weather ahead of us, even though we're sleep deprived and food deprived. But this is what it's all about. The perseverance. I mean, we are getting the full road race week experience on this deal.
And we're still going strong. Yes, I was very close to just but we're still holding strong. To everybody that helped us out, and we're gonna make these miles, and we are going to make it to the next track.
We made it to Thunder Valley. Probably almost 500 miles, 450, 500 miles worth of driving on our parking lot top end rebuild of the small block. And well, we cruised all last night, well, and late in the night. We won't tell you how late, it was just too late to remember. And then finished up the drive this morning. The cruising on the highway speeds, running 170 degrees to 180 degrees on the thermostat, which is great. Oil pressure still rock solid. We're fixing to see if we can put down a lick today and actually have everything sorted out. But check, officially made it to Thunder Valley And day 4, we are still technically in competition and on track to be able to complete this deal. So, and we have to show the gate on our wristbands. Anyways, I'll catch up with you guys more in a little bit. We got to get the car changed over, make sure it's ready to go when they call our class, because we are a little late getting here this morning, and we are still also running on all of like 2 to 3 hours of sleep in the last 48 hours. So, anyway, we'll catch up.
Okay, so it was a mad thrash once we got to the track because our class came around a whole lot faster than we expected. Shocker, right? We've been off the ball for the last couple of days. But we're in the lane to Thunder Valley. Loaded up, car's ready to go, fresh plugs, check the oil, water all looks good, everything looks good, it starts good. We are ready to knock it dead. This car is gonna run today. We're gonna put down a number, and it's gonna be a number that we were expecting on day 1 or hoping for on day 1. And she is gonna be ecstatic because she has no clue what she's in for how hard this car is gonna pull off the line, because she hasn't experienced it yet. So yeah, here we go.
Good job, guys.
Man, it was a mad thrash.
Fucking got her here.
Damn, a 1355. Fucking A.
Good job.
From 1480s the other day?
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Damn, she's gonna be ecstatic with that.
Thank you. No way. Did I do it? If this is correct, I ran a 13.55.
We're about to find out just how excited she is. She's coming down the turn lane right now. She is going to lose her shorts. I guarantee you, she is excited beyond the moon for that car to have gone a 1355. I didn't even see what the mile an hour is. And there's more there. I had her soft start off the line because I wanted her to be comfortable with the car. So when that car goes up on the converter, we'll get more. Oh, my buddy, here she comes.
I ran 13.55.
1355. I told you it was there. I told you it was there.
Get the camera on my face.
All right, we'll let her regain her composure, and then we'll put her on the camera to walk you through and tell you about her experience with her emotional roller coaster that she's on. The fact that we were damn near out of this with a milkshake motor 2 days ago that we rebuilt in the rain, with a ton of help from a lot of great people, for this to come back out here, make the 500 miles yesterday, and then run a 13:55. Man, what a relief. That makes all of this worth it, and that's got to be the prime example of what a race week event is all about. It's freaking awesome.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing. Good for her.
Wow, things here are moving at Thunder Valley. We're already starting to get the car switched back over to hit the road again, which to be doing that in the middle of the day when we're supposed to be doing it.
Good.
Yeah, you did excellent. Oh man, so the first pass it ran at 13:55, and it was a soft pass. Soft, I say soft pass, but she didn't push it too hard off the line, and short shifted a little bit, just because I wanted to get a little comfortable with the fact that the car's running right, and it RPMs a lot faster now than it was. And then on the second pass, well, the humidity and heat has come in like a wildfire here, and so it's 20 degrees warmer and 1,000% more humidity. And we ran a 13:51 with a little more mile an hour. I did change the spring in the vacuum secondary to get some more fuel in it. The plugs were reading a little light. Otherwise, that's it. We're in good shape. So we're gonna pack up and hit the road and see if we can't get down to Texas and get some sleep tonight, because we haven't been doing a whole lot of that.
What's sleep?
Right? How do you feel about your car officially being a 13-second quarter-mile car?
It can go faster.
Already? Already?
Yeah. I want to go fast. Well, hey everybody. So it is day 5 of Rocky Mountain Race Week, Mega Week. We are here at Texas Motorplex. Right now, Cole is over there putting in spark plugs. It seems like the only thing that is really going on right now is that we got some oil coming out of the tailpipes. But you know what? I would rather have that happen and change as many spark plugs as possible than deal with the gasket again. Just getting ready. The day's warming up, really good weather. Just getting ready to make the first pass for the day. So fingers crossed, either I will beat my personal best, which was made yesterday at Thunder Valley, which was 13.51. So either I'm gonna beat that today and move forward, or I don't know. Hopefully I don't go backwards. So we'll take a couple videos of that, but other than that, we are on day 5, staying strong with, I don't know, probably like a total of 10 hours a day. Well, sorry, 10 hours of sleep for the past 5 days. So we're a little zombie-tied, but we're staying strong, and tomorrow will be a full-on drive day. We head back to Tulsa to party and do all the fun stuff. Just got to make it back to Tulsa, and that would make it that we have completed Mega Week. So super excited, and we'll see what I can do here at Texas Motorplex.
Look at this turd. They really think this thing can beat the Jeep, huh? It doesn't have to beat you to embarrass you. You're gonna need one more bolt when we're done with you. You hear me? What the heck is that? Hold on, it's going down. One more bolt. Going down. You hear me? You hear me going down?
All right, here we go. Texas Motorplex, Enos, Texas. It's going to be the Paige and the one more bolt Chevelle. First, once these has the media, one will go in the strut. These two should be pretty evenly matched. They should be pretty evenly matched. Let's find out.
Come on, lady, you can do it. You can do it. You're about the line good. And they're in. Got you! The trash talking! You're gonna eat it! You're gonna eat it!
We're down here on the big end with the woman. Let's find out what she thinks she did.
How'd it feel?
It felt good.
Yeah?
Yeah, it
Do you
felt
know
good.
if you won or not?
Well, I mean, I was ahead of him.
Well, that probably means you won.
Yeah,
Right?
I mean, it was funny because I thought he was like equal with me, and I kind of looked back, I was like, oh, where did he go?
Whoa, where did he go? You hear that Rusty Nuts video? Where did
Where
you
did
go?
you go? Where did you go?
Yeah.
Your little GoPro on the back got nothing.
Nothing. Here's your ticket.
13.45.
New personal best.
New personal best.
Did it break 100?
No.
Still didn't break 100.
99.69.
99.69.
Ooh, they are not going to be able to live this down.
Nope. I've already been talking mad beep.
All right, so the reason we're down here in the shutdown area, just in case you were wondering, is
there's nothing wrong with it.
nothing wrong. I had her shut the car down at the big end so that we could pull a plug and look at the fuel on the plug and decide what changes we want to make, because we're trying to get the carburetor tuned in And well, the best time to do that is right after a wide open pole. So jumped on a little scoot and whipped on down here. We're gonna do that real quick, and then we'll drive it back. So we'll catch up with you guys when we're catching up and talking mad trash to Rusty Nuts Media after they got their butt whooped by one more bolt. Who do we have here?
A sore loser is what you got.
A sore loser. Oh, and the biggest trash talker of them all. Look who it is.
Cody, I really appreciate you letting him win. That makes us look real good.
Such manly men.
Yeah,
We definitely lost that one. Yeah, you did that. I'm glad I took off in second. Yeah.
Oh,
my
is
God.
that why I heard? I got that second gear chirp on film.
I'm glad you let her win, Cody. Yeah. I'm glad you let that happen. Good race. Sometimes you just gotta let them win one. But, you know, we're port back
keep
at our
digging.
tent.
Keep digging.
I don't know why y'all are still at the end of the track. Yeah, our car's over there.
Because
We ran like 5 minutes ago.
we're gonna go faster.
Because we do it the old school way, the right school way, where you read the spark plug.
Okay, I don't know anything about that. It's not a book, it's a plug. It goes, that's it. What are you looking at?
And that's why we won.
Go keep
And
going.
that is why we won.
Sorry, I got some air conditioned seats to get back to. Yeah, I'm gonna go pull my filter off.
All right, so day 5 completed. It was a very good day.
Great day.
Great day.
We made one run. That's it.
Yep, I made one run. Got another personal best. 13.45. So super excited, happy. We are headed to go eat some food, crash for the night, and off to Tulsa tomorrow. So Texas Motorplex. Thanks.
It's been fun.
It's been fun.
It's been hot. It's been sticky. I'm glad we didn't have to wrench.
And we did, yeah. There was just amazing people that have helped us. This event is amazing. The people that are part of this event are amazing. So we survive another day, and we'll head to Tulsa tomorrow. And then on Saturday is the shootout, and we'll see what happens then, because our truck and trailer are there. So I can let her rip, and we can still tow home.
Yeah, well, that'll be a little more convenient if something goes sideways. And that's one of the reasons why we decided not to make a second pass today. We turned in a ticket that was already the best she's ever run, and we got about 300 miles we got to drive tomorrow, and there was no reason to hurt it. We're not in contention to win the class by any means.
No.
So turn in a personal best, win a race against frenemies, the Rusty Nuts guys, which are absolutely fantastic, super fun guys. Be sure to go check out Rusty Nuts Media on YouTube. Pretty cool guys. They're doing some fun stuff with things that are very different from what we work on, but still pretty cool stuff. But yeah, Texas Motorplex was good to us. Today's been good to us. We're hot, a little sunburnt, and hungry, and tired. Yeah, that's right, a little slang in there, tired.
So we will catch up with this on the way to Tulsa.
Scrub.
day 6. We are headed back to Tulsa from Texas. We are about, I'd say halfway through the stretch right now. We already stopped at our first checkpoint, that was O'Reilly's, and now we're headed to our second checkpoint. But we decided that we needed to stop, stretch our legs a little bit, and with, you know, our head gasket problem and stuff, now we have an oil problem.
Well, it's not exactly a new problem. It's just a problem that was significantly worsened with the other issues that occurred. We're huffing oil, building a bunch of nasty buildup on the plugs. I think it's blow by the rings. We may have hurt the rings in the motor a little bit when the head gaskets gave up. A couple of cylinders are worse than the others, but they still got compression, still run good. But after we drive for a while, the plugs get all fouled up and nasty, and it doesn't want to run right. So we're doing a quick brake cleaner clean on the plugs. So squirt, squirt, scrub, scrub, and
so we can keep moving forward.
Shove them back in there, but it's always an adventure. You gotta keep it going.
That's just it just happens to us.
I think we're not the only ones. No, I think we got about 150 more miles to do today, and like 4 or 5 hours to do it still. So I don't think it's gonna be any issue for us to make it to the end. And we're gonna run this son of a biscuit.
Son of a biscuit.
We're gonna run this son of a biscuit even like this. We got a fresh set of plugs to put in it tomorrow for the shootout, and we'll set Paige up out there and let her eat. But for now, we're enjoying a little bit of shade because it's hot out.
Yeah.
And cleaning up some plugs. Oh, and the main reason I'm stopping to clean them right now is when you start getting misfires, it causes the engine to run hot, and it's starting to, we're starting to chase 200 degrees, and I don't want to do another set of head gaskets. Not doing it, so we're gonna clean some plugs instead.
So we're gonna make it all the way to Tulsa, and they're called Break the Beams, and that is us officially that we have completed Rocky Mountain Race Week, Mega Week 2025. So that's gonna come up now.
tired yet?
I'm tired. I'm hot. Well, okay. We're both tired. We're both hot. We're both burnt. We probably only had one decent meal this entire week, and that was yesterday.
We had two.
But this has been the most hectic, amazing, just
where are we?
I can't think right now. Like my brain
I
is
know, I can see
mush.
that. You got mush, but
But
where are we?
We are officially going to be turning in to the Tulsa Raceway to complete Rocky Mountain Race Week Mega Week 2025. I have done it. We have done it. Through the thick, through the thin, through the broken, through the sweat, the tears. We have completed it.
We made it. We survived.
We survived.
Not only did we survive, we persevered for Rocky Mountain Race Week 2025 Mega Week. We are officially rolling into the track, and we don't even have to make a lap here.
Nope.
The official finish is to roll in and do a theoretical beam break, finding Matt Frost wherever he may be. We will track him down. Seems like there's a line of people doing the same thing. Oh, checking our armbands. There it is, the finish line.
Hi.
Hi.
You guys made it.
Yes, we did.
Are you gonna race tomorrow?
Yes.
Good job.
Thank you.
Good job, guys. Okay.
Oh, the break's tomorrow. Break's tomorrow.
Yeah, right. Let me see your deals there. Congratulations.
Thank you. Sorry. There's that one,
Okay.
and then. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry.
Paige, did you get one of the
O'Reilly.
Gold
Okay.
Star ones? Yes.
Yes.
Those are there. Make sure you get the purple ones up here pretty quick so we can get them in the raffle.
All right. Thank
Okay,
you.
Thanks, guys. Congratulations.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
sir. That's it. It's official. I survived. We gotta get out of the way.
I
We gotta get out of
know.
the way.
I didn't know where freaking Katie is.
Go up that way, up by the bleachers. Okay, we're gonna go get the car parked and get it shut down because we are melting in here.
Yes.
On the upside, you know how earlier we told you that we were, fighting with some warm temperatures? The warm temperatures are actually only an issue when we're cruising. Our idle thermal control is freaking fantastic. It's hotter than snot out, and we can sit here and idle all day at 180. So it's only going down the highway, and I think it's because the engine bay just turns into a big old heat trap and doesn't let any air out, and well, then we're stuck. So I'll have to do something about that and get it to where it's a little more vented and the air can get out of the engine bay. But otherwise, yeah, we're gonna do the thing. Yeah, do the thing. Hey, it's the final day, Rocky Mountain Race Week.
Yeah, we're going to do shootout.
Going to the shootout. You gonna go some rounds?
I'm gonna go as many rounds as possible. I'll probably be out on the first, but
Have you ever bracket raced before?
well, yeah, at King of the Open Road,
Yep, that's right.
but that was the first time,
Yep.
and I don't know how to get off the tree that well, but I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try and at least make it 2. As long as I can make it 2.
Try and go 2 rounds.
Try and make it 2 rounds. If I go 2 rounds, I'll call it good. 'Cause I can't really call it a win, but I'll call it good because I am technically gonna get 2, but one's to set my speed that I want.
Yeah, you're dialing.
Dial, yeah. First one's gonna be dialing the end. The second one's gonna be going up against somebody. So technically, I will get 2, but only 1 competitive.
So you want to go at least 2 rounds in competition.
Yeah.
Okay. If you go much further than that, we're gonna have to put a racer and need post out for more spark plugs.
Help! I need spark plugs and oil.
Oh,
Oil.
we need more oil.
I need more oil.
Okay, we're fixing to go into round one of the bracket racing for the shootout, and we slowed down a little bit on our test run from where we were down in Texas. It ran a 1377. A little humid and sticky, and the motor's definitely hurt a little bit. We'll fill you in a little more on that after we're done racing today, and I'll show you what it's really doing. And it's not exactly great, but we're going for it anyways, because why not? The truck and trailer are here at this track, so, and it's already hurt, so why not just go keep doing it? It's not doing anything critical. It's just killing a little bit of power. We dialed in a 1363. How do you feel about it?
I think I'm gonna do good. I think I'm gonna do good. I mean, yeah, it's a little more humid, it's a little more hot, but, and like you said, motor's hurting, but I think we're gonna do good. I'm gonna get as close as possible, but I'm gonna try and get him at the tree. So
There you go.
I'm gonna try and get him at the tree. So if I get ahead of them, they're gonna chase me, and then they're gonna probably break out. So
That's what we're hoping for.
that's what we're hoping for.
So, and what'd you do on your reaction time? Because we're running a 500 tree. All week we've been running a 400 tree, which is all three yellows come on and then green. Now we're doing a 500 tree, which is yellow, 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 green.
So pretty much I stare at the third yellow, and once that yellow lights up, I gun it.
Okay.
And my reaction time for the test run was 0.34. So it was a really good reaction time, really good. I got the other guy on reaction time, but
So you got a little more you can get there once
Yeah.
so hopefully we can get a little bit better jump
I do
on.
like the amber, and then,
Right.
because then I can get it up to RPM instead of getting up to RPM and pushing myself. So I do like the way that they're doing it.
Yeah, so a little easier for you to get a little more feel on the converter.
Yeah.
So getting a good learning on that. Okay, well then, sounds like cars are starting up.
Let's do this.
55. I've got a racer in need who has an LS. Get a little bit of force on that thing to take it apart and or put it back on. So James Desrat, the El Camino, correct, is looking for a LS truck spacing brake balancer. Wow, that thing definitely got beat up. Yeah. So if you got one of those,
Like the staging awards.
That's the problem. That's trying to way to stop that crankshaft from...
She got him. We went around. She got him. We slowed down, but she got him.
I passed the line before he even got to me.
How'd you feel about that?
What did I do?
Oh, you didn't go super fast, but you did win your first round in an official bracket race.
Did he? What did he do?
He was too slow. He couldn't catch it. High five.
What did I run?
Oh, I gotta look. We're slowing down.
Oh, well,
But we knew we would.
getting hot.
Yeah, we knew we would.
You might want to watch that video. So I went to go shift. It was getting up to 5,000, and I went to go shift, and it was creeping up to like 55, and before I shifted, and it shifted itself. And I was like,
Maybe you didn't have it all the way down in first.
maybe I
You
did.
might have left in second. Was it the 1-2 shift that did by itself? The first shift or the second shift?
No,
It was the first shift. You were probably in second gear.
no, it was second. Second.
Okay. We'll have to I'll look at the video.
Yeah.
Let's see. 398.
I know. I was waiting for him to like blow by me, and then I get there. I was like, where the fuck? Oh, there he is. There he is. I was like, oh. Does that mean I won?
It
Yay!
is the last day. We'll take a little loose.
Hey,
And again, I'm pretty drunk on
right?
that.
I'll take it. Right? Because he was 11 something, so yeah. I mean, I know that we start, you know, I start first, but I'm like, yeah.
Forward down to 1373. We got 1305 in the right.
Turned on another wind light.
That's going into round 3. She got another one.
I'm a bracket racer.
Another wind light. Another wind light.
Actually left on first.
I don't know what it ran. I haven't looked yet, but you feel good about that one? Whoa,
Yeah.
you're dropping the drawers.
It's hot.
Yeah, it's hot.
No, I knew it because he never caught up with me.
Yep, and he had.
But I thought I red lit myself.
You
'Cause
did roll it a
I
little
did
bit.
roll.
Yep.
And I was
It
scared.
close.
I
It
was scared.
close.
Because it bumped and I was like,
Yeah,
I was like, but I'm going for it. I'm
It was
going for it.
close, but nope, you got him. You got him.
And swear on RMRW plate. So you know before. As well. Are you going to have a bachelor's season? Time only ride good as 2-3 along with those road leaders. Time only ride, you go to 2 and 3 along with those road makers. Was 170, double breakout 1381 on the 85. The left side of the back of the staging lane, PM, the right side of the back staging lane, and then quick and exhibition cars. I'll be calling you soon. You're on deck.
All right, guys. Well, I made it to round 4, so I'm still in this. We're just holding strong. The funny part about it is I'm getting people on the tree, so I'm doing pretty good. Cole right now is just, you know, cleaning a couple of spark plugs, like, you know, we do.
Every round I gotta clean the oil out of the plugs because we're fouling plugs on every pass. But you know what? The car's being consistent. She's getting it done at the tree. We might have a chance to do something good here.
Yeah. So
I mean, hell, we've already done something pretty good. You've already made it into round 4.
I know. Round 4.
That's pretty legit.
Round 4. So let's see if I can keep going forward.
373. week. Testing tune and road week. You got to make a
Going round, going round.
Chris's rear end and drive shaft are a million pieces. But you already booked it from about the 80 miles down the rest of the racetrack. Oh, hold on.
Oh! Dang. Dang, so close.
Test and tune and road weekers. Yeah, Chris is like, let's run it back, except that Chris's rear end and drive shaft are in a million pieces. So that ain't gonna happen. You already pushed it from about the 8th mile down the rest of the racetrack. Oh, pulled, not pushed. So here we go, Riley and that early 64 or 65 Chevelle in the left lane. A Paige Coleman win light goes to Ernie Riley on the breakout. Unfortunately, Coleman goes a 1367 with a 7 on the 1377, and Ernie Riley turns on the win light, and we'll see that awesome hot rod back in the next round of the bracket competition.
Ricky's one of those dudes that never talks around.
Why'd you go so fast? You're on a 13.67. The best pass of the day. High five, babe. You did great. It's been a long day.
I wanted to go another round.
I know. It's always the one to go to another round. You did good. Even if you didn't go fast enough, he cut a 00 light. He was gonna get you. So he had the number. But you did good. And you ran a good lap. Good job. Hey, this coming out of this with a huge win.
I know.
Just a few days ago up at Flying H, the motor was milkshaked and the head gaskets smoked. We put it back together, finished Rocky Mountain Race Week, and you went rounds in the bracket racing against all kinds of other drivers. And you sent a lot, 3 of them home. You did good.
Tina Pierce and Brian Goldstone.
It's gonna be tough for her to win. Only way she's winning is if Goldstone doesn't hook up. He's got a lot more guts under that hood. And something to prove.
Goldstone gets in the beach. Here comes the tree. They both sit there. They're both sitting on the street. They gotta go. Someone's gotta break the beams. Tina will roll forward. And she broke the beams. Goldstone's sitting there. Tina is slow rolling down the left lane. Goldstone is sitting there doing nothing. Tina just needs to make it to the finish line. Goldstone can start that car and drive past her at the quarter mile and get it fired. Tina is slow rolling.
Aw, really?
Goldstone just needs to get that car fired.
Go, 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 go!
Oh my God! What was that? That was interesting. That was weird. That was weird. That was weird. I don't know that I've ever seen such a thing.
Wow.
Tina then meandered on down that left lane, and Goldstone just sat. They got the car refired.
That was crazy.
He started
That was
going down. He
weird.
really wrecked the thing at the 8th mile, trying to catch up to Tina Pierce at the 1,000 foot. And then he turns on the wing light. And that's why you race them, ladies and gentlemen. Holy moly. Woo! Here's Dale Yost. Yost in the left lane. the 69 Chevelle out of Baymont, Colorado. He's next to Tony Weissman. Weissman out of the Hot Rods by Hadley crew. That was awesome. Could you imagine if she had won that? Come on. Dave walks back with a big smile on his face and he's shaking his hand. He actually told me right before the run they were girl. But he said, shh. But she nearly got the right way against with the dark. Weissman and Goldstone. You'll see both these cars at the Hadley's FSC shootout coming up in Cordova. But first, business at hand. The FAF shootout here in Megaweek. Each of these cars has 1,320 street miles, including 500 miles in 7 inches of torrential rain downpour. And Goldstone did both the A and B class all week long. And that will give him $15,000 and not the pass he was looking for. Weissman has issues. That thing was making all sorts of pops and bangs and fire and all sorts of stuff out of the bottom of the thing. Goldstone for sure did not have his best pass. Weissman had the door open, and unfortunately the car unable to make the call. As it, I don't even know if it struck the tire. It was just sort of doing a burnout on the transmission, I think.
Mega Week is officially over. The last cars went down the track. Racing is done. We said goodbye to our new friends that we made. We can't wait to come back out and see them again. And we're not going home empty-handed. Paige absolutely killed it. Making it into the 4th round of bracket racing was quarterfinals. Quarterfinals. Yeah, check it out.
Yep, I made it into the 4th round, so quarterfinals. Guy got me on the tree, so shucks. But other than that, had an amazing time. I did 3 personal bests after we had both head gaskets go out on us. So we struggled in the beginning of the week, but we triumphed forward. The Wicked Chicks of Racing, I'm involved in that now, and they actually wanted to honor me with a plaque for an excellence because how strong I stayed, because yeah, I almost melted down and we were almost out, but we stayed strong, and I stayed strong and I went forward. So I got a plaque, and I also got some
Oh, look at all that
cash
grain.
to go with it. So I'm very grateful to be part of the Wicked Chicks. They're an amazing group of girls. If any of you out there ever want to get into drag racing and stuff like that, Wicked Chick, Paige, Chad runs it, and it's amazing. It's just an amazing group of girls that just triumph forward with each other, and I am so amazed to be a part of that, and I'll be a part of it for years. But also,
yeah, tell us about what you got going on over here. What is this box that's got BTR on it?
so yesterday when we broke the beams and we finished Rocky Mountain Race Week, Mega Week for 2025, I forgot to grab. When we broke through the beams and stuff, I got a little plaque that I survived Mega Week. So that's pretty cool. But we also got some raffle tickets at the same time because I didn't place anywhere, so, and it was fine. It was fine that I didn't place in anything. Our good friend Katie Jones, actually she got 3rd place in the 13 index class. So that was pretty amazing. That was the class that I was in, so I was very proud of her. But when they were starting to do raffles and stuff, they raffled off a turbo, and they called my name.
And we're not talking about, a turbo. We're talking about a turbo.
Look at the size of that box.
Look at this. Look at this. Look at
The
this thing.
only
Look
thing
at this
in
thing.
that box is
the turbo. And believe me, when they called my name, and I was shocked. I even looked at Cole and was like, "What did they just say?" And I went up there, and this thing is not light. And I walked up to that stage, and they were like, "Oh, it's that box right there." Dang right, I grabbed that box and took it back because I wasn't gonna leave it up there. So yeah, I'm going home with the turbo.
So that's gonna do it from Mega Week 2025. It was absolutely fantastic.
We survived!
We survived.
I can't wait till next year.
We not only did we survive, but despite the near what was borderline almost a catastrophic situation earlier in the week, thanks to a ton of great help, which we've mentioned before, that not only encouraged us but actually helped us get the job done and get back on the road. This car came back and had a great finish to the week. It ran the numbers that we were hoping to see out of the car with the changes we made over the winter, with a best pass of 13:45 down in Enos, Texas, which is, it's not great for a 13.0 index, but it's something we can build on. It also didn't help that we probably hurt some of the rings in the motor when it did milkshake. So it's huffing oil. We went through quite a few spark plugs and more oil than I want to even think about. Valvoline, VR1.
So
I could use a sponsorship on oil or
spark plugs.
AC Delco on plugs.
We'll run them all the time.
Yeah, we used a lot of them, but despite those two things, I mean, the car still worked good. Our final pass here today in the bracket racing was a 1367, which was actually a full 100th over our dial-in and almost 200ths faster than what the car ran in the previous round. Oh well, we broke out, and the old timer that she was running against also cut the tree down with an 05 light. So it was a lose-lose on that one. We weren't going to get it. Ultimately, it still was great watching her go rounds in bracket racing with her first time ever actually doing bracket racing. So it was pretty fantastic. I highly encourage you, if you have a hunk of junk, it doesn't matter what it is, doesn't matter if it's fast or slow, you're capable of coming out and doing an event like Rocky Mountain Race Week or any of the other race week events out there, because it's not so much just about how fast you are on the track, it's about the adventure along the way and keeping your junk going.
Oh, and our adventure, yay.
Oh yeah, it was an adventure. Don't worry though, you're not gonna get sleep, and you probably won't eat well for the entirety of the deal.
But it's okay.
And if you do, well then you're
doing it wrong.
You did it wrong, because your adventure wasn't as adventurous as it could have been. But no, really, it's an absolute blast of an event, and I can't wait to come back next year.
Yeah. So this is the end of Rocky Mountain Race Week, Mega Week 2025, and we can't wait for next year. We can't wait.
Bye.